Among Us, we could say, or maybe, the pinnacle of literary lyric productions of the last decade. Among Us introduces meta literary tropes like if there was no tomorrow, and with good measure, because in Among Us, the future and the tomorrow blur out, and they only leave behind the sweet sketch of what was once called reality. Among Us, we could say again, but a more accurate way to say it will be that phenomenon which reunified the cartesian duality, while with gentle fresh strokes of Hegelian metaphysics, the Sartrean existentialism, and the Derridian deconstruction, managed to hoist the philosophy in an act beyond every frontier of virtual and literary platforms. The notion that the possible traitor is within a human group with only one motivation reliably represents the inexorable presence of the phenomenon which is not perceived by any human entity. The unconscious, Freud called it, the order of the real, Lacan attempted to name it, while others dared to call it the being thrown into the world within the big constant of history and time always conditioning it. Whatever it is, the alias and the concept which this phenomenon is associated, the act and the climax of this play always sees its two possible conclusions within an inseparable duality that comes together to become the great path that is Among Us. One of the greatest points that Among Us articulates is the constant presence of the condition and the adjective which designate the fate of the player. You can either be a traitor or an innocent, nothing else. Just like Hegel said in his well-known essay, The Phenomenology of Spirit, all human dilemmas will always be articulated under the prism of the universal against the notion of the concrete. There are no in-betweens. As Derrida and Martin Heidegger also mentioned with their metaphysics of the opposites within the language. And it's because of that, only because of that and nothing more, oh dear like-minded people that in this philosophical full moon are not trying to ghost me, as so many other spatialic citizens of the conceptual conformity do. I wish and desire to tell you, and pay close attention to this, like that lover of erotic audio-visual productions that is in his first premiere that could lead him to his cinematographic success as director of aforementioned films. Hear well, and don't forget, oh my dears, if you wish to materialize and encounter truly metaphysical realities, you have to ser delicado y esperar. Dame tiempo para darte todo lo que tengo. Ser delicado y esperar. Dame tiempo para darte todo lo que tengo. Okay, that was everything I had to offer. Go away. Like who appears in front of companies that transcend the caliber of their motivations. Run. This just have ended, gentlemen! Anyway, if you, for some weird reason, enjoy this type of content that I make, you can support me on Patreon. I have some really interesting awards for you. Thank you, and have a good day, night, afternoon, evening, I don't know. Have a good one, guys.